John! So we can't ignore the fact that sooner or later it's going to happen. Electric campervans and motorhomes. And I think a lot of it's been brushed under the table, like, oh, the infrastructure's not there, things aren't going to happen. But as more and more electric cars are being sold, now we're starting to get more and more campervans that are going to turn to electric. So we've got for you today an electric campervan. Now, I don't know squat diddly about the electric side on the campervans. I might look as though I do, but I don't. Someone who knows a little bit more than me about it is going to show me around this electric campervan.
So what we have here is NV200. It is this one has got a 40 kilowatt battery, so that's roughly, I mean, you can probably get 150 miles out of these if you're very careful. If you're not careful, probably more like 100.
John, where's the hookup go?
Oh, always, you're interrupting me, always. So we've got a slightly different hookup on this. Now this van is so good because you're probably never going to need the hookup. For the habitation side, it is pretty much completely off grid. So if we go in here...
Has it got solar?
Yeah, we have 300 watts of solar on the roof. And that is feeding 2 EcoTree, not one, but 2 EcoTree lithium batteries.
That could power a small city.
Not quite a small city, but it's going to, at the very least, do the van.
Okay.
The technology end, which is at the back. So in here, I'll take these out. So in here, like I said, we've got 2 EcoTree big lithium batteries, 110. Yeah, I can take them off.
Yeah, let's have a look at it. So, what we're going to start, we'll start off with the batteries, and then show everybody how we get the power into the van. Then we'll go around the camper van, and then we'll also have a look at the electric side on the vehicle side of when it's running. So, what have we got there, John?
So we have 2 of these. There's one side by side, 2 EcoTree batteries, 110 amp hours each. So plenty of power there. You also have a 3,000 watt inverter, so you can pretty much go off grid with this, well, with the solar, probably indefinitely.
So what you're saying is you could pretty much run that without having to put a hookup in?
Yeah, you probably won't need a hookup. It does have one if you do want one. There's a tiny little plug down here. So that is basically the hookup. That is your hookup. So you've got no external hookup drilled into the side of the van. But effectively, you probably never use that because you've got so much power available that you can pretty much camp.
Okay, so can we show people how the electric hookup actually works?
Yeah.
So we've got 300 watt solar, which is going down to the 2 leisure batteries, which is giving us plenty of charge. We've got a watt inverter.
3,000 watt inverter.
And what will that run? Anything, won't it?
Kettle, pretty even. Kettles are like 2,500 watts, so yeah, pretty much anything.
So we're pretty much saying this camper van is completely off grid.
Oh, and I forgot to say, it has also got refillable LPG. So, because this also has heating. So you can use this all year round. So we have the normal standard heating that we would expect, and it's run off a refillable gas tank. So
where's the gas tank?
Gas tank is under the van. There's your filler for the gas, and the tank is under here, which you might not be able to see, but it's under there anyway.
So we've got a heating system.
You've got heating.
Hot water.
Hot water as well. You've got outside shower. I haven't shown you an outside shower.
Now we're not going to show you yet, but I do love a tap. We'll have a look at that when we get inside.
It is a nice tap, I must admit.
It is a nice tap, isn't it?
But yeah.
So, we've got solar.
Solar.
We've got an inverter that'll run absolutely everything. We've got 2 lithium leisure batteries.
Yeah.
We've got a heating system. We've got a hot water system. We've got onboard LPG. We've got electric that'll also run the heating and the hot water.
Yeah.
and we still haven't got the hookup in it yet. So the hookup, that'll work. Oh, right, okay. So for everybody, here's our hookup, which is just like any standard hookup, which you can just plug in on site anywhere you want.
And then this end is a slightly different end that just pops in there. You screw that in, and there you have electric. We also, the switch is already on mains anyway, so do have a...
Could you just explain the switches there that you've got, John?
So yeah, we do have a switch here, a priority switch, if you can just about see that. So we're on mains at the moment because we've just put a mains hook up. If you wanted to use this, so you want to be completely off grid, you would switch this over to there.
So before we have a look inside the camper van and have a look at all the features of it, one thing I bet you're dying to know is the electric driving side. Well, I call it the electric driving side anyway. So how do we charge it? What's the cab like? How's it all work?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Let's go and have a look.
So here we have the cab, pretty much standard NV200, but we do have an extra little thing there, like pulling the bonnet. This is your charging socket. Little flap here, just lifts up. And then we have our two sockets. So this is the slow charge side, and then that is the fast charge side. So that is what they call CHAdeMO, which you'll probably see at some of the motorway services. They have the big, chunky, big, thick cable that goes in there, and you can charge this at 50 kilowatts an hour. If you want a high-speed charge, and then this side is your slower one. So basically, what this van is set up to do is you can go completely off-grid for all of your habitations. So all the time you're using inside the van, you don't actually need to plug in. So the idea is when you're paying a campsite for electric, well, you're not using their electric for the habitation.
You're using it to charge the vehicle.
Exactly. You just plug in. If you're there for a couple of days, even if the battery is empty, that would, on a slow charge, because you would use this side on a campsite unless they've got specific charging. But yeah, you basically plug in there.
Stupid question then. So the solar won't charge the engine?
It won't, unfortunately.
Right,
no.
so the solar's used for all that side, so you don't have to plug in. But if you paid for your pitch and paid for your electric, you can then plug in to the side. So what we'll do now is we'll have a quick look at the two different charging points so we don't get confused, because I am. If we're going to petrol station, well, we're not going to petrol station, we're going to the electric station, and we want to charge up there, this is what we use.
Probably going to use that one. Some of them are tethered, so some of them will already have the cable, so you don't need to worry about it.
And then we plug in. Also, if we've got a charging point at home, we can use this as well.
You can, yes.
Yep. Now, no, they won't plug up on a campsite, will they? Two different points.
Those won't.
Right, so this is the fast charge, and the question everyone's going to ask is how long does it take to charge?
On a 7 or 6.6 kilowatt, about 6 hours.
On a fast charge?
No, that's not fast. 50 kilowatts the fast charge. Rapid charge. That's fast, rapid, and then slow.
Well, where's rapid?
Rapid has its own plug and plugs in there.
Yeah, but where's this one plugging?
That goes there.
So that's slow charge?
Yeah, so this is what you've got to understand, right? So slow, that's fast, rapid is that one.
Where's the plug for that one?
It'll be on the charger at the motorway services.
See, he didn't explain that, did he? So, if we're at a motorway service, or what about at home?
You probably wouldn't.
No,
Not have
wouldn't.
a CHAdeMO at home.
So a rapid charge at a petrol station or service stations, or even at your supermarkets.
Yes, some of them might. Yeah.
You can plug into there, and the plug will be
on the charger.
On the charger. Now this one is fast to slow.
Yeah, medium.
Medium.
Like.
This one we can plug into there, and where can we plug this to?
So that will go traditionally to a wall box or a charger that has
that you have at home.
That end.
So you normally, if you've got one at home.
Yes, yeah, a wall box at home. So if you're on a campsite, like we said, traditionally you're probably going to use this one, which is slow, but it doesn't matter because you're going to be at a campsite for...
You've got all day, haven't you?
Exactly.
If you come on there for 3 days, you've got 3 days.
Exactly.
You're there for a week, you've got a week.
That's it.
So that plugs into there.
That plugs into there. The car makes a beep to know that it's plugged in. And then that would go into your
Hookup.
hookup.
Yeah.
And then that plugs into your thing, and there we go. Away
And we
you
can
go.
still charge up at home.
Yes.
So, are you ready for this? Fast charge takes how long?
40 minutes if it was empty, about 30 normally.
Yeah. Fast to slow charge, about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slow to slower charge,
Probably about 24.
24 hours. Now you might think it's a long time, but like John said, if you're on a campsite and you're stopping there overnight, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, I mean you're probably not going to arrive anywhere empty anyway.
No.
These are like little horses. They want to graze. You want to graze. So basically, wherever there's a plug, wherever you park, plug it in. So when
A horse?
yeah, they graze. That's what electric vehicles are. They graze. So you want to graze on electric rather than trying to fill it up full all the time. You want to pretty much what we end up. We want to have charging sockets on every parking space. So effectively, whenever you stop, it doesn't really matter how fast the charge is, but when you stop, you plug in. What do you do with your phone?
You graze, John. You graze.
Exactly, there you go. It's like
The
a phone.
EV is and you graze. But you know what a lot of people will say though? Nay.
Oh God.
So now we know how to charge the vehicle, let's just have a look at the cockpit and just see what's going on basically. So we know it's automatic.
Yeah.
We've got a nice futuristic thing. So start her up.
So it's keyless. Well, it's not keyless. You have got a key, but it doesn't go anywhere. You just have it on your person. So to wake the vehicle up, foot on the brake.
Yep.
And press the power. Brings everything on. Radio comes on, does all its little checks. So here we show in full battery. This is effectively your fuel gauge, if you like. So this will go down as you drive.
That's the blue.
That's the blue, exactly.
Yeah.
You do have other displays and all sorts, obviously, because we've got the doors open, it is bleeping, but you do also have all sorts of energy information through the infotainment as well. So this will tell you what you're doing, what you're using, how far you're going to be able to go.
Big question is, how much is it going to cost us to drive this?
Oh, that's subjective. Depends where you're charging it. If you charge it at home off peak, you probably find you're paying about just under 10p off peak.
Okay. How much is it charged at the supermarkets?
They range from it. Yeah, some supermarkets are free. Some of them are sort of 20-30p.
Right.
Normally they're fast chargers.
Medium to fast.
Medium to fast.
Yeah. So, what do you think it costs? I was going to say miles to the gallon, but it's miles to the kilometre, isn't it?
Right. So it's very, very difficult to compare all this because fuel prices go up and down. Electric prices go up and down as well. We are quite expensive for electric at the moment, but if you are off peak, this vehicle would probably cost about 3p a mile.
Do you know a spreadsheet you've done there?
I didn't do it. That's why it looks so good. And then for the diesel, again, it's quite difficult to compare, but diesel's going to be about 16p a mile.
Right. Do you want to start it?
Start it. Well, it's on.
Rev it then.
Oh no, actually. Oh yeah. Okay. I can. There you go. Rev.
It's not making a noise.
Exactly.
This is spooky. It's spooky. So what we'll do is, I think we'll take it for a test drive. Now I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this. I've never been in an electric car before. Have you?
Yes. Lots.
What do you mean lots?
Loads. Teslas.
When have you been in Teslas?
Leafs. Oh, I worked in the motor industry, so I have
There
driven.
weren't electric vans around then.
I'm not that old. I'm not as old as Kevin.
True, true.
So we're in eco at the moment, so we'll put it on power. And we'll see what the power delivery is like.
So, the one thing about it is, you just go. feels like I'm on the Millennium Falcon. What we doing? What speed are we doing now? We're doing 51.
50, yeah.
It's spookily quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
It really is spookily.
Drives very, very nicely. Lots of torque. We'll put it back in eco.
It's strange, this is. It's really strange. But I think it's because I'm not hearing the noise of an engine. Now, you know when you put that into eco, and then, sorry, into race mode or whatever it is.
Race mode, yeah.
Did it automatically just speed up?
Well, no, I put my foot right down to the floor, and obviously, yeah.
So it's just like on a car mode, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's all very, very similar.
Oh, okay.
Let's put the air conditioning on.
So how's it feeling?
Drives lovely. Loads of power. Obviously, if you want to use it, you want to use it that way.
And does it actually say what we're using at the moment?
Yeah, I think if we put it in that one.
Let's just have a look. We've got 132 miles of range, energy consumption. So the same, 20 kilowatts.
That's what we're using, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then if I decelerate and then apply the brake ever so slightly,
Yeah.
that'll give us like a full regen. That's the other good thing about these electric vehicles is you'll probably go 100,000 miles and not actually need to change the brakes.
Why is that?
Because you can use the motor to slow you down rather than the brakes.
Right. I suppose it's my turn now. I'm a bit speedless, to be honest, John. I like it.
You'll have to get one.
I do. Warp mode. I can't explain it. What would you say the difference is between driving a normal engine and an electric?
I'd say it's effortless driving an electric. It's probably more relaxing, much more relaxing anyway. There's no engine noise, so
Straight. Well, I just can't put my finger on it at all. So we're doing 50. Do you know what? It doesn't even feel like I'm doing 50 miles an hour. And that's on the eco. I've still got a rate. What did we start off with? 131 we are.
yeah. And we've got the climate control on as well. Air conditioning's on, so
Yeah. 55 miles an hour and it doesn't even feel it down a country lane. And then park up and then we switch off.
that's it.
I'm speechless. So, let's have a look inside the camper van now and let's see what it's doing compared to other camper vans. Let's have a look at the heating system and just basically the put together of the layout and everything of the camper van. Let's go inside. So it is a micro camper van. As you can see, we've got the bench seats and then these will make out into a double bed. We've got a 2-burner hob and then we've also got storage underneath. So it's going to be a bit cramped with the two of us in there, so I just thought I'd give you a rough outline of the van. So what we'll do now is move over to John. Okay, so we've got the camper van. What's the year on it?
This is 2021. Oh, sorry, a 70 plate. So it's 2021 model.
2021 mileage.
5,441.
So to 2021, what mileage? 5,000 miles. So let's have a look at what we've got, John.
So here is the lovely interior. So we've got a hob there. So this is a gas hob. So we do have electric points for hob, maybe
USBs
kettle.
as well.
USBs, you've got USBs here. Also have USBs in the spotlights, just a socket under there.
What about?
So we've got Victron Energy, so there is your control systems. That tells you how full your batteries are, what you're discharging, what you're charging from solar.
And then, at least I know what I'm talking about here. We've got the Truma heating and hot water system, pretty standard on almost motorhomes.
Yeah, so you've got storage up here, storage behind here. Do you have more storage in here?
It's got that very country rustic build to it, hasn't it?
I love the worktop, I absolutely love, and we do also have a lovely copper sink.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No one's pinching my segment. check out the tap. Look at that.
You do like a good tap, don't you?
Look at that.
Even that matches the sink, that colour.
Now, hang on.
And that matches the sink colour as well.
The pump. Is it a pressure pump or a submersible?
Has got a pressure pump on this one.
Okay. And where do we switch the pump on?
The pump is... You open that one. There's just a switch just under there. It says water pump. And there's our pressure pump just behind the... so these are the water tanks. These are removable. There is a spare water tank as well, so you can carry a bit more water with you.
So it's an onboard water tank?
Yeah.
12 litres?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't even have to take the van to the tap. You can take your bottle out, fill it up, take it back.
The tap comes to us.
Exactly.
One thing I noticed, John, was this here.
So we've got dimmable lights as well. So we can dim these down, hold them down to dim them, and then release. And that it will stay at that.
Okay. And what's the other thing over there, the LED?
So that's just a battery meter. It's another battery meter. It's pretty much telling you the same as that one. I think that one was put in early doors and then everything was changed to Victron anyway. So we have all Victron. We do also have a compressor fridge there, which obviously runs off the leisure batteries, and you've got days and days and days. So we have also an upstairs. So you can actually configure this to a bed. If we pull this down. Now, I am pretty small, so I fit up there, no problems, but you'd probably get a couple of kids up there without too many issues if the kids were delivered to site. But yeah, I can fit up there, and it's quite comfortable up there. And then also, this is a Murphy bed, so this pulls out
It's a what?
well. A Murphy bed, I think they call it.
Where's the name Murphy bed come from?
I don't know, you tell me. You're the pro.
The guy was called Murphy who invented it. So as you can see now, we've got a Murphy bed which pulls out.
That pulls out, and you drop the cushions down, so you have effectively a double bed. So you could sleep 4 people in here.
How many seat belts has it got?
But only has 2, so the kids would have to be delivered.
In that dirty diesel gas guzzling vehicle.
No. You can use electric car to deliver them as well.
There's some kit on this, John, isn't there?
It's got a lot of kit. It's been set up really so you can pretty much go off grid indefinitely with the solar panels. Even through winter, I don't think you would struggle because you've got the heating. Obviously, you'd have to fill it up with gas occasionally, but you can actually use the heating through the inverter. It's not hugely efficient to do it that way, but you would be able to use the heating on electric for a good couple of hours.
Let's go and have a look at the engine. Where's the engine?
Well, it hasn't got one. It's got a motor instead, which would be all down there.
Where's the battery to run the engine side? There it is, isn't it?
Yeah, a little 12-volt battery. All that does is just activate all of the controls, and there's a basket there just to put the extra cables in if you.
So we can put all the cables in there.
Yeah.
That's been put in, which is a nice way to put it, so you're not using inside your camper van.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is the engine still on?
It is actually, yeah. It's all right. It's in park.
That's crazy. What's your opinion?
I love it. I mean, this is the future. This is where we're probably going to be in a few years' time. There's quite a few electric pop-top campers available. Motorhomes are still got a lot of work to do on motorhomes, but they are coming.
I didn't know what to expect at first.
I like it.
I didn't know what to expect. You're getting everything a camper van gives you.
Yeah.
And you've just completely killed the myth of being able to charge your vehicle up, because you can just charge it in on the campsite and you're running this end from the sun.
That's it.
You've got the two lithium batteries on to do. So the big question is, how much are these electric camper vans going to cost you?
Well, the new conversions are sort of roughly, you've got like 70k, 68k, around that area, because the vehicles, the base vehicles, are a good sort of £7,000 to £10,000 more than their diesel equivalent. But ultimately, then you probably are going to be saving money down the line. Plus the fact you aren't causing any emissions.
No, no. And this van we're going to be doing for what, around about 47 and 50?
Yeah.
So there you go with the electric camper van.